Okay, I'm about to press start now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our summer study abroad session. So this presentation, I know most people think about the fall and winter study abroad options, and so we're going to go over some of the options that you have available in the summer. So my name is Jacqueline, and I'm the International Education Intern at the Center for International Programs. And within our office, we have a lot of great people who are here to help support you. So if you have some general questions about studying abroad, you can email cip@uoguelph.ca, and I'll be the one to answer those questions. If you have some more specific questions, we have two education abroad advisors. We have Mike LaFleur, who advises students who are in the science and engineering programs, and Chen Chen, who advises students in the arts, social science, and commerce programs. And you can reach both of our education abroad advisors through the email goabroad@uoguelph.ca. Additionally, if you would like to speak to us virtually, or you can set up some virtual one-on-one appointments through our website, which we will post in the chat box here. So our agenda for today, we're going to first make the case for study abroad, talk about the benefits that you can get from studying abroad and why you should participate. Then we'll talk about the benefits of the summer options. We'll go over all of the different summer options that you have, and then we'll talk about next steps. So to get started, we'll make the case for study abroad. There are lots of benefits for participating in these programs, and I've broken them down into three different categories. So if we look at the idea of academics, you're going to have new opportunities and new courses that you wouldn't necessarily get access to if you just participate or if you just stay at the University of Guelph. And when you travel abroad, you're going to be able to learn from a new learning perspective or a new learning style and learn from a new perspective. So it's going to diversify your knowledge that you have. Additionally, you're going to get some professional benefits. So a lot of times students are going to develop this flexibility and adaptability. Oftentimes you'll hear students talk about being open-minded when you go study abroad because things will change. You'll just kind of have to go with the flow and adapt to the new situation. And those are skills that are easily transferred into the work environment and are very beneficial when you are applying to jobs to be able to communicate how you're flexible and how you're adaptable. Additionally, you'll gain some cross-cultural skills and an international network. Both of those things are very important in today's workforce. So being able to successfully interact with people from other cultures is important in our global workforce now. And in terms of personal benefits of study abroad, a lot of students gain confidence and independence. So a lot of times this might be your first time traveling by yourself or the first time really stepping outside of your comfort zone. And so you really develop this confidence that you can take on more than you realized and a sense of independence that you can do all of this. And even though you'll have supports from our office and other people around you, you're capable of so much more than I guess you realize. There's so many cliches about study abroad, but if you talk to anybody who has studied abroad, they will tell you that they're true. So I touched on this a little bit earlier about being open-minded and being resilient and adaptable to the situations that you'll be put in while you're studying abroad. Everybody talks about the benefits of it and the positive sides of it, and there will be challenges along the way. So remaining resilient and open-minded is going to help you navigate those challenges, and working your way through those challenges will be worth it because of the positive outcomes that you'll have. And of course, you're going to get to develop a lot of new friendships. So people worry about making friends while abroad, and oftentimes you'll leave your experience abroad with lifelong friendships with people who are around the world. So it's a really great opportunity. So if those are the benefits of study abroad as a whole, what are the benefits of summer programs. So maybe students don't have the ability to dedicate a whole semester to going abroad. So summer abroad options are going to give you the short-term flexibility. So oftentimes these programs are going to be about 3 to 8 weeks long, depending on which opportunity you participate in. And there's group travel options. So this is great if you're nervous about traveling, if you haven't traveled before. There are opportunities where you're going to get to travel with other U of G students, a U of G professor. So there's more supports offered in these summer options. Additionally, you're going to pay part-time University of Guelph tuition. So you're going to only pay for the amount of credits that you're taking while abroad, and you're going to pay the U of G tuition for that. So that means that whether you're taking 0.5 credits here in Guelph or in Italy for the summer, you're going to be paying the same tuition. And because you are still eligible, or sorry, because you are still registered as a U of G student, you're still going to be eligible for vSAF as long as your program is 4 weeks or longer. And so it provides more flexibility for students, and there are a variety of different options that are available and different types of programs that you can participate in. So the different summer options that you do have would be field schools, summer language and culture programs, summer research, and summer exchange. And we'll go into more detail about each one now. So for the summer field schools, they're typically 3 to 6 weeks long, and it is a U of G course, which means that you're going to receive an actual grade on your transcript. And you're not going to have to worry about transferring any credits back because it's a Guelph course. Additionally, this is one of those great group opportunities. So you're going to travel with a U of G professor and a group of U of G students, which means that you're coordinating all of your travel together, which is like the flights, the travel within the country. You'll be going out to restaurants and eating together and just really having the support of the group. So if you're a little nervous about doing something on your own, this might be a good first step into the world of study abroad. And each year we offer different types of courses and different types of programs for field schools. So you really have to check our website in order to see what we're offering for the upcoming summer. So I know in the past we've offered like a Ghana field school, which focuses on tropical agroforestry. We've offered an Italy field school, which focuses on Renaissance painters and poets. An Ecuador field school about ecotourism. Nepal field school, where you trek through the mountains of Nepal and learn about sustainable tourism there. And so the courses that are offered are really tailored to the region that you're traveling to, and you'll get to interact with the local community, maybe have some lectures from local professors there, learn from the industry that's happening in the country that you're traveling to. So it's a really neat hands-on type of experience. And a lot of these programs are open to students from any program. There may be some credit requirements. For example, maybe you've had to take one specific course in the past, or you need to have a minimum of 7.5 credits to be able to apply. But for the most part, they're really open to anybody. And in order to apply for these field school opportunities, you're going to complete CIP's online application, which is due at the end of January. In terms of what a field school actually costs, there's a field school fee, and the field school fee will differ based on where you're going, how long the field school is offered for example. So on our website, when you're looking up the different options, you'll also find detailed instructions about what is included in your field school fee. So for example, if it can include things like flights, accommodations, maybe some of your meals are included, maybe some excursions, and the cost of it can really range. So I know our field school to Ecuador in the past cost maybe about $400, whereas the Italy field school costs a couple $1,000s. So it also varies, and we have had field schools in the past that had some subsidized costs. So we had a Mexico field school that had flights and accommodations provided by Air Transat. So lots of different options that are available for that, and all of these details are outlined on our website. You do also have to consider that if you participate in any study abroad program offered by CIP, you're going to have to purchase the mandatory travel health insurance, which works out to about $1.60 guard me. And as long as your field school is longer than 4 weeks, you will still be eligible for vSAF, which is a great help. Now we're going to switch over and look at the summer language and culture programs. So for these, you have the opportunity to study in either France, Germany, China, India, or Spain. And so for these programs, you can learn at the beginner, intermediate, or advanced level, so you don't have to have any language abilities before you participate, but if you do, you can build off of what you have, because once you arrive in your destination, you're going to go through a placement test, and they'll give you a language assessment to see what level you should be placed in. So this is going to give you the opportunity to really immerse yourself in the language and immerse yourself in the culture, as you'll do some different excursions and things like that. So for the Spanish language program at the University of Malaga, you're going to complete the CIP online application. But for the France, Germany, China, and India programs, those are offered through a provincial program where we are partnered with a bunch of universities in those different countries. And so that has a slightly different application process. And you can find the full details about that application on our website. And it's going to be an application that's done online also, but it's going to be done through the OUI provincial application process. And you'll work with CIP to submit all of that. So again, full details can be found on our website. We also have summer research opportunities. So these programs are a little bit longer, and they're usually 2 to 4 months long. And there are different options. So again, we have those provincial opportunities available in France, Germany, China, and India. And then there's also some other opportunities available in England and Germany. So for some of these research opportunities are going to be program specific. For example, the ORA OBW programs are restricted to students who are in science and engineering programs, but all of the other programs are open to students from any discipline. So you'll just have to figure out what opportunities are available to you. And depending on which one you're applying to, you will either be joining current research that's going on, or maybe you will have somebody help you find a supervisor at the host university to work on some new research. And if you get approval before you go, you can use this research abroad as a co-op placement. And you'll just have to talk to your co-op advisor about that to get some pre-approval. We do actually have a student who participated in the research program at the University of Liverpool in England, and his research was recently just published. And so it's a really great opportunity, and nice to see some successful stories coming out of it like that. Each one of these different programs will have a different application process. And so even though I've outlined some of it at the bottom of the slide, I would really recommend that you go to our website to see what you have to do for each program. And there is application instructions on our website which will outline the deadline for each of these programs specifically. Sorry, I'll just go back and mention one thing. The Germany research program has the earliest deadline of December 2nd. After that, all of the deadlines are in January of 2021. So just keep that date in mind if you're interested in Germany. So we also have summer exchange opportunities, which are going to be typically 1 to 2 months long. And what this is some of our host universities for our exchange programs that happen in the fall or winter, they also offer programs during the summer for our students. So we have partners in England, Austria, Sweden, Australia, and Hong Kong that are going to offer programs in the summer. So there are less opportunities here, but some of these are going to be program specific. Some of them are more general, and it's nice to have the flexibility to take these courses in the summer. And oftentimes these courses are geared towards exchange students. So it could be a great way to meet some other exchange students while you're there. And to participate in these programs, you're going to complete CIP's online application. So those are all of the different options that you have available. And I know it can seem like a lot, but there are a lot of supports that are in place to help you throughout this process. So as I mentioned, we have our CIP staff, and we are here and happy to help you. Additionally, there are some financial supports. So as I mentioned, you're still eligible for vSAF and any scholarships or bursaries that you currently get. And then on top of that, there's also scholarships and bursaries that are specific to students who are traveling abroad. So those are offered through Student Financial Services. There are some that are offered through the different departments, and there are some that are offered by external organizations. So once you know where you're going, if there are any external scholarships or bursaries available, our office will email you about that. But any of the U of G travel scholarships and bursaries, you should do some research about that early on to make sure that you don't miss any deadlines to apply to those. Additionally, there's lots of health and safety supports that our office provides. So before you go abroad, there's Safe Travel Essentials, there's Depart Smart, which are all mandatory orientation programs that will help you to navigate this new situation of traveling abroad, applying for visas, applying for courses while you're there. If you need medical help while you're abroad, what can you do? And I also mentioned that you are required to purchase the GuardMe travel insurance. And so this is all to help make sure that while you're abroad, you will be covered and you will be prepared for anything that might come up. In terms of academic supports, we highly encourage you to speak to your program counselor because they're going to be the best person to figure out how you can fit in these study abroad opportunities into your degree. They're going to figure out what credits you have available, what flexibility you have, and you can come to them and ask about certain programs, will that fit into your degree, and how you can make it work for you. So if this is something that you're interested in, I strongly encourage you to meet with your program counselor about that. In terms of social supports, again, our office does a lot to help coordinate this before you leave. So there are a couple different opportunities. We'll send out connection emails between you and anybody who's going to the same host university in that year. We'll Travelers Connection Night where we bring everybody together. So students who are about to go abroad, students who have been abroad in the past, and any incoming students that we have from those countries. And what this does is it provides an opportunity to share stories, get your questions answered, and make connections with people before you go abroad so that you can hear about their firsthand experience and what it's like to actually be on the ground in this country and studying there. And in terms of logistical supports, you'll get support from the CIP office and the host university that you're going to be going to or the host program that you're participating in. For the field schools, lots of the logistics are coordinated by your professor and the student group that you're working with. If you're going to a host university, they can help you figure out the accommodations, how to get from the airport to that university, and what to do while you're there. So there's lots of supports from all around. And so I know this is a lot of information to take in, and so what we recommend is that you do a lot of research before you go. You're going to want to look at the CIP website about the different types of programs being offered, the different types of supports you can receive, And because we know that financing study abroad is such a big question, we also recommend that you research the living and travel costs of where you're going. So that can also influence how much you're going to spend. So what does it cost to go out for dinner there, or to buy a cup of coffee, to travel around the country that you're living in or the surrounding countries? What are you looking at? And we have done some explore sessions over the past semester that you can check out the recordings on our website to learn more about the cost of living, the exchange rate, and all of that information. So if you are looking to do some more research on our website is in the top corner of this slide at uoguelph.ca/CIP. And this is what our homepage looks like. So you can see that there is a blue button that says Study Abroad Program Search. And when you click on that, what you're going to find is there's this search filter option that comes up, and then beneath that is all of our study abroad programs that we have available. So to help you narrow down the search, we have different filters available to you. So maybe you want to filter by the program that you're studying, the semester you want to go abroad, the language of instruction, the region or the country. And what this will help you do is help start to narrow down some of your options. A lot of students do ask if they're required to stick to any of the programs that show up under their field of study. And the answer is no. And the best way to figure this out is to meet with your program counselor. So are you required to take core courses, restricted electives, or do you have just open electives that you can take while you're abroad? And that will determine what kind of programs you can be looking at and what options you have available. So once you find a program that you're interested in, for example, if you wanted to go to Lincoln, New Zealand, you can see here, unfortunately, this one doesn't have any summer options, but we will tell you the semesters that you're available to go there. We'll provide you a map of where it is. On the right-hand side, you can see the different fields of study that are available. You'll also find a link to the host university's website, which is a good resource to do some more research. And then under the map, you also see that there's the yellow table, and that is a good resource to see what the semester dates are and when you can expect to be going abroad for this program. So we've talked a lot about the different options, the kind of research that you can do to get started. What's the application process actually like? So the first step is going to be to attend an info session. This year, because of COVID, we're doing them all online, so you can complete that on CourseLink and get access to it by emailing cip@uoguelph.ca. Then once you complete that, in early December, we're going to open our online application, and you will be able to start it, save it, and then submit it later by our application deadline of January 29th, 2021. But keep in mind that you have to submit your fall 20 grades as a part of your cumulative average. So don't submit your application until you have those grades available. And you'll rank your top 5 choices, which can include a mix of summer programs or the exchange programs that happen in the fall and the winter. And some students do decide to participate in, let's say, a field school during the summer and then an exchange somewhere else in the following semester. So that could be something that you look into as well. We do also have some locations, some programs, some field schools that end up being more competitive than others. And in terms of exchange programs, we rank students based on their average. So the higher your average is, you're placed first for the competitive locations. For the field schools, oftentimes it's a bit of a selection process that's done by the professor who is hosting that field school. So maybe they'll favor students in hospitality and tourism management because that is the department that is hosting that field school, for example. But just because you're not in that program doesn't mean you won't be selected. Just look on our website for more information about that. After the application deadline, Keep in mind that there are different application deadlines for the summer programs. These opportunities have the most varied deadlines here, so check our website for that. And then on March 5th, 2021, we will have Acceptance Day. And that's the day where we find out where you've been placed and what opportunity you will be going on. After that, you have 1 week to either accept or decline your offer. And once you accept it, that's when your fees will be due, and we'll start the pre-departure orientation and safe travel essentials. So we'll follow up with more information about that after Acceptance Day. So if you're looking to contact us and find out more information, as I mentioned earlier, our website is cip@uoguelph.ca. Our website is uoguelph.ca/CIP. And we encourage you to follow us on social media. So we have an Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter account. And this is where we're going to post a lot of updates about programs, reminders about deadlines, and that kind of information. So we hope that you'll be in touch with us soon. I'm going to see if we have any questions here. It doesn't look like we have any questions from anybody, so I'm going to go ahead and end this presentation and just say thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We're happy to help you. So thank you and have a great rest of your day.